What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? MonkeyFlop here, and today I wanted to talk about some good old rumor and speculation. Is PlayStation 5 coming out in the near future? Is Death Stranding going to be a launch title for PS5? Let's go ahead and talk about that in just a second. First off, I wanted to talk about Drawn to Death. Now, it's got an official release date of April 4th, 2017, which is about 2 months out. That is fan-freaking-tastic. If you guys have been part of the closed beta, guaranteed that once the game gets launched, it's going to have a newer, fresher feel to it. So definitely be on the lookout for when the game actually gets launched in its full glory, in its full release. Anytime we get a free-to-play game release date, I always want to let you guys know, because it kind of feels like a victory. Yes, another free-to-play game. That is fan-freaking-tastic. The developers behind that are awesome as well. So definitely be on the lookout for that. When it does get released, I'll do a reminder video, so don't worry about that, but I wanted to give you guys a heads up because the news just broke today. Anyways, let's go ahead and talk about Death Stranding. Now, as many of you guys know, Kojima has been working with Sony and pretty much side by side the person that designed the PlayStation 4, Mark, and the game has been doing really well. He said that 2017, he's going to be focusing on filling out the game, the world, and the foundations of the game. He's going to pretty much freaking build his masterpiece, and he's got all the creative freedom from Sony. That being said, it's rumored to be released sometime in 2018. It's kind of hard not to believe because he's going to be focusing on building the game out in 2017, like I just stated. Now, I have an article which I'll link you to in the video description where I get most of my information from. They also have links to other sources where they get their information from, so it's pretty credible. They asked Kojima, would you be incorporating VR elements? Kojima denied such plans at this time. He also stated that a sequel will depend on the demand, but it's not currently planned. Another odd question arose when he was asked if the game would be a PlayStation 5 title upon its release. Kojima said not in this case, and that the game would be released on PS4 and PC. Now, Kojima originally stated that he wanted the game to be released before the next Olympics. The next Olympics is in 2020, I believe. Quote me if I'm wrong in the comments section below. And if I am, I know you guys will, because I don't know that, that fact. But I do know about this article and I do know about this information. So let's continue. Given the fact that Kojima has been working side by side with the mastermind that designed the PlayStation 4. He signed in with Sony not because of the money. Sure, the money was there, but other corporations and other businessmen offered him a larger lump of sum to create games for them. He denied it. He wanted to go with Sony because he knew with Sony he would get the creative freedom. Now, it's pretty much under wraps, and we know that at this time, a PlayStation 5 has not been confirmed. And we know at this time, everything that is said on the internet is pure speculation. But my question to you is, the statement that was made in this article, is it a leak of information or is it just pure speculation? I'll be curious to know in the comment section below. Like I said about Death Stranding, and like he referred to in Death Stranding, if the fans like it, it's going to get a sequel. If it does okay and people forget about it, then he's going to move on to the next bigger and better project. And I believe the same for the PlayStation 5. Look at the PlayStation 4's current state. It's doing absolutely phenomenal. It's breaking records. It's selling like crazy. And they pretty much made an event out of each time the PlayStation 4 gets a software update. It's like a big, glorious, beautiful thing that everybody celebrates. And everybody wants to know what's going to be included in the next system software update. And I really believe that Sony actually says, okay, we're going to put these features in. We're going to hold these features off for the next update because we want to keep the momentum going. And I really believe that's what they're trying to do with the system software updates. Well, also, given the fact that it does take time and it does take a lot of work to implement the features that they're adding onto it. But I believe that a lot of the times, they kind of hold off on some features because they want them to be released at a later time to keep the hype going with the PlayStation 4 for those hardcore PlayStation 4 fans. That being said, there's been a lot of rumor and speculation of PlayStation and Sony moving into the mobile market. I mean, we're starting to see that, and that's clear, that's evident. But is that going to be a big success for them? Who knows? They're also looking into moving towards PC. And, you know, they're probably going to taste the waters in different areas. They want to see what works and what doesn't work. But they know for a fact that the PlayStation 4 works. So, in my opinion, PlayStation 5 is a no-brainer. I anticipate it to come out in 2020. I want to know your guys' honest opinions and thoughts on that in the comment section below. I know it's kind of early to speculate, but given the fact that we got this article and they sat down and asked him about the PlayStation 5, and instead of like dancing around the subject, he kind of just said, not in this case. It's going to be released on the PlayStation 4. So, I mean, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions on it in the comment section below. I really don't want to see a PlayStation 5 anytime soon. I'm still enjoying my PlayStation 4. Thank you very much, Sony. So if you want to wait until 2020, by all means do so. Maybe we'll hear an announcement in 2020. We'll just have to wait and see. Is 2020 too early for a PlayStation 5? I'll be curious to know in the comment section below as well. As many of you guys know, technology has been evolving a lot faster and rapidly. And one thing that I enjoy about the console is that if I buy a game for my PS4, I put it in, I know it's going to work, and I might have to do a couple of updates, but it's going to run smooth because the game developers have made it to where it's going to run its best on the console. Now, with my PC, on the other hand, I have to worry about, okay, does my PC meet the requirements? I bought my PC and it ran fan-freaking-tastic, and it ran all the games 1080, and it was phenomenal. I could get really good frame rates, and then newer games came out, bigger games came out, 4K games came out, and now my computer's kind of like sluggish, and I'm gonna need to upgrade later on down the line. And that's something that I kind of look at when it comes to the PS4. If I buy a game, I know it's going to work, and if it says, you know, it's gonna like, I just know it's gonna run. On the PC, on the other hand, I'm like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna run that good. I don't know if I'm gonna get. I'll be lucky to get a good 1080p 30 frames per second at this time. I mean, just with how the games have been evolving. So I'll be curious to know your guys' thoughts and opinions on that as well. If you would take 2 seconds out of your day, hit a like. That really helps me out. If you guys haven't already subscribed, that would be awesome as well. And I will see you guys in the next news update. You guys are freaking awesome.